Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to show you how I organise my folders, because I take 3 A-levels and carrying around 3 folders every day is not practical. So on with the video. So this is my day-to-day folder. This is the one I keep with me. Excuse my nail polish. This is the one that I keep with me every day. I take it in my backpack every day. So this is the stuff I'm doing at the moment. So I've got my biology section, a chemistry section, and a math section. And then another section with things that I've printed out and you sort into I don't need at the moment and everything. And then I've got a paper section which the divider's broken, so I need to get a new one. But I've graph paper. I usually always have squared paper and line paper, but at the moment I've run out, so I'm using a notepad at the moment until I can get some more. But so how I do it is I put everything that I'm doing at the moment, like the topic that I'm doing at the moment, I keep in here. So we get given these knowledge organisers at the start of every topic in biology, and we're doing nerves at the moment. So I've got up to and including what we've done today actually, which was the brain. So I've got up to and including the brain of just the chapter of nerves. So I've taken out our photosynthesis and our respiration stuff. Speaking of, I can take out that test. So that's what I do with that. But in chemistry, they liked us to have the data sheet that we get given for the exam and the spec. So I keep that and the progress sheet that they like us to have at the front all the time. And then I keep in, again, just what I'm doing at the moment. So at the moment I've got 2 different teachers, so I'm doing equilibrium and entropy. And then for maths, that's very much more mix match. The only thing I keep at the front for this one is the timetable of where they expect us to be by when. And then all the stuff that I'm doing at the moment. Other is extra stuff. So for this it was just a paper, some things that I printed out that I thought I could have. I did have a letter in that I needed at one point, and all that sort of thing. But obviously I do need to keep my other stuff elsewhere. The light's changing, I'm really sorry. So for an example, this is my biology A2 folder. I do keep for each, for chemistry and biology, I have an AS folder and an year 1 and year 2 folder. Then for maths, I have a year 1 and year 2 folder, but I also have a stats and mechanics one are separate into their own, its own folder for both years because there's less for it. So for this, I don't use file dividers. I've done these with Polly Pockets, and then I've used a post-it note and just sellotaped it on after I've written on it. So I've got each chapter and what it is, and then all the knowledge organisers already done for when I for revision. Then I've got a Module 5, Module 6 and revision material. Because I'm thinking with that one that anything specific for any mind maps or anything that I do that's brings topics together, then I can put them in either the modules or in revision material. I'm thinking revision material is probably going to be more like past papers and things like that. Well, not past papers, past questions, sorry. Because I have different folders for past papers for biology, a different folder for past papers for chemistry, and a different one for maths, because I'm being organised. So how I do it is I rewrite the notes. So let's go to one that I've rewritten. Okay, so I rewrite the notes like this just where I use the notes from the lesson and notes from the book to make sure that I get everything that I need. And I also write up flashcards, which then get put in the Polly Pockets of the right one. I do flashcards with the topic on, but I also do questions ones. So I have like basically making the notes I make into questions, but I also put the notes into flashcards so that I can look at them myself. And then in my biology folder, I also have chemistry stuff. Apparently that should not be in there. I have the specification, so that's just all the stuff that we need to know for this year. I have also printed off, or going to be printing off, a maths book specifically for the maths that we need in biology, and then like practical skills and stuff, because although we don't get a specific test on that, we can be tested on it in our papers. So that's this sort of way of doing it follows through in my chemistry and my maths folders as well. But yeah, so all my folders follow a very similar sort of organisation style, but I could not carry like 2 or more of those every day, so I just use the other folder for unless I know that there's something really specific that we're going back to. But obviously I've got all my books with me, so like if it really needs to be, I can just look back in that rather than going back to my folder. But yes, they all follow a very similar thing. I don't think that mine are the best organised at all. There's definitely people that organise better or that follow a better, like it makes more sense to have it that way. But this is just the way I've done it now, and I'll be keeping it like that for the rest of the year because there's no point in changing it now. And I know where everything is in there, so I know what topics we've done and whatever else. You have to find like your own way that makes sense to you to organise it and like to keep it organised, because when you start A-levels in year 12 and if you don't keep up to date with sorting out your notes like into like the right area and everything, you are going to find it really hard to revise the first year. I mean all of it, but the first year especially when it comes to the end of year 13 for your exams, because you're not going to know where anything is. So I think you just need to find something that really works for you, and I mean obviously revision stuff as well that works for you, but you need to find a way of organising as well. It's not just the revision. So make sure you find a way of organising that works for you and just stick to it. It doesn't matter if others look better. If that's best for you, then that's the best thing. I'm going to do some schoolwork now, probably biology. Subscribe down below and give it a thumbs up as always, and tell me how you organise your folders. Is it very similar, or do you keep it all together or carry around folders every day? How do you do it? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys soon with another video. Bye!